How's it going, guys? It's PoetryStud here, and this is a very special episode of Poetic Rants. With me here today is my friend Pagan Gods. I've been meaning to have him on the show for a while, but I haven't had a chance to, so here he is now. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Pagan.
Hello, my name is Pagan Gods. I do a lot of stuff on my YouTube channel. Some of it's in real life, and some of it's for video games. But
Yeah.
it's pretty much a good thing.
Yeah, he did a me and him had a series a long time ago of some Mount and Blade stuff, and it was a lot of fun.
It was.
Yeah, and we're both really big fans of like grand strategy and RPG games and stuff, and
CK2 and EU4.
Yeah, and Total War Rome 2, all that's good stuff, you know. And so today we're going to be talking about something that is a RPG game, or I don't know what you'd call it, action RPG, I guess is the genre. We're going to be talking about this something very controversial related to Skyrim, and that is the Steam modding system, the pay for the mod system that they added a couple weeks ago. And I think this was like about 2 weeks ago now that they tried to roll out this system on Steam where you could pay for mods. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So first, I guess, Pagan, you can take the first spin at it. Like, try and explain a little bit about what it was.
I'm not going to be moderate at all in my opinion of it, because I think, frankly, it was an awful idea. I think you'll probably agree with me on that.
Yeah,
but
I do.
Basically, what it was, I guess it was the 22nd or 23rd of April. They had they decided that they were going to start selling mods for games instead of so the mod creators can make money at their jobs and everything. So pretty much the idea was, whenever it very first came out, all I saw was Skyrim mods that they put out. That was the only things that they really tried to like debut with their beginning part. But the idea was you pay $2 or $3 for like a sword in Skyrim or something like that. I thought it was an awful idea. It just supported like really crappy DLC that was dirt cheap. People didn't have to try it all, and they can make money. That's my opinion on it mostly.
Yeah, the thing is that most people complain about, like, it was an interesting concept. The reason they did it was to try and support the modders, so that the modders could spend more time modding. You know, if they made a good mod, they wanted the modders to be rewarded by it. And that was kind of the concept behind it, because like Skyrim has I saw a statistic somewhere when they were like they posted an article saying, you know, we're making paid mods, and the article said that like there's been over like 20,000 mods made for Skyrim, and that's like insane. and it's really interesting, but like they used Skyrim as like the flagship thing. I believe some other games were eventually going to have some mods that were paid if they didn't already. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys in the comments can tell us, because I don't remember. But I know that like they were really focusing on Skyrim, and I believe like I heard that basically Steam and Bethesda made kind of like a deal where Bethesda was like, hey, we should do this and promote it, and it'll promote stuff. And it's an interesting concept, but I do agree that it didn't work at all, and they took it off of Steam like within a couple of days.
The only thing that really brought it back, like the thing that, in my opinion, made it okay for them to do, is that you can get a refund, unlike on other Steam games where you just buy the game. You know, if you don't like it, well, screw you. You should have looked at YouTube videos. You know? With the mods, if it says for 24 hours after you buy it, you can get a refund. Which I feel like that's okay, but yeah.
I feel like if they didn't have that, then they would have gotten like 3 times as much of the crap that they got. Because like after this came out, it's
in the FAQ. You don't just know it unless you buy a mod, which I don't think very many people did at all. But I mean, like,
you know,
down at the very bottom of the post, it tells you that you can get refunds for them.
And it seemed to me like the way they put it out, when they put it out, it seemed to me like the gaming community was kind of split, but I feel like most people didn't like it.
There's far more people who play mods than there are who make mods.
Yeah, and there were definitely some people who supported it, and some, not just the people who modded the games. In fact, lots of the modders, I think some of the people who criticized it were not modders, they were just, you know, casual players. And so then whenever someone supported it, they're like, oh, you're probably just a modder who wants to make money. But then I saw some modders that were posting and saying, you know, I don't agree with it, even though I am a modder and I can make money off it. They just, lots of modders didn't like it as well. And
that's true. And
yeah,
if you go to the there's a mod that I was looking at. I think it was the second one on the mod page. It's called like the Ashbringers or something like that. If you look at it, the guy says that he doesn't support paywall mod. And he's a modder himself, so he says he leaves a little donate button on the very bottom of it. It's just like a little thing, little text that you can click on that says "support me" or something like that. Instead of having, it sounds great because I know like sometimes I don't personally donate. I have personally donated before, but I feel like it's like a lot of things. If people force you to pay for something, you don't want to do it anymore. But if you have the option to, and it makes you feel good about yourself, you do it. You know, like charity. You're not forced to give some of your money away every month to pay for charities.
Yeah, and one of the things about the modding that really kicked a lot of people off, that the modders themselves kind of brought light to, was the fact that, like, supposedly, this is what I heard, I'm not sure if this is true, but so you guys may want to fact check me, but I believe that supposedly like about 75% of the profit went like to Steam and Bethesda as well, for the Skyrim mods at least, and that like only 25% went to the actual modder, which is it's kind of ridiculous. Like, if you like, I can understand like 40, 60 because that's like a classic business cut, you know, but 75%, that's kind of ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure YouTube has a lower split than that, don't they?
Yeah, no, YouTube has a lower split.
YouTube does, and it's, you know, like the advertisers.
And most of the mods were only like $1, like 99 cents or $1.99.
There was no mods I'd want to buy. There was no like full overhaul mods or anything like that. Whenever I looked at it, it was just like swords or like some dumb shield or something. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But it wasn't anything like big that I'd spend my money for, you know?
I believe I actually saw someone put a post on Twitter or like Reddit or something. No, it was on Reddit. Someone put a post on Reddit and they said, and they showed like there was a picture of this mod, a screenshot, and it was a mod that like, it was just something ridiculous. Like it gave like helmets to your, like armor for horses or something, and then it was like $1, and it was like this really, really minor thing. I don't even remember what it was, but it was just this really, really lame thing, and it was $1, and like. And lots of people, like, the kind of like the conspiracy theory, it's not really conspiracy theory, it's just kind of like what people know, is that it was a cash grab by Bethesda and Steam. They, like, I personally don't know if I agree with that, and I guess that can be kind of like the question of this Poetic Rants, is like, is it a conspiracy or not? Like, I don't know, I don't think that Steam had the worst interests in mind, like some people think. But I just think it came out that way, you know?
I want to bring up another thing about Steam, though. Because people think, wow, you know, the creators of Steam, they're so generous. They have these big sales where they, you know, where they get these things 75% off. Wow, I only have to pay $2 for this game.
But it's not even Steam, though.
I know, but like whenever they host these sales and everything for things like that, the main thing is whenever you buy something in real life, you go buy a cheeseburger. It costs money to make that cheeseburger. Every individual cheeseburger you buy costs money.
Yeah.
For games, you pay once, and you have the game distributable forever. It's free. You don't have to pay another dime for that game to produce it again, unless it's on CD. If it's just this digital copy, it's just there forever, and they never have to pay any money for it. So 75% of them would just be reducing the money they make. It wouldn't take away any money from them at all. They just lower their profit, which is a huge margin, like 100% profit on every single thing they buy, you know, every single time you buy a game or anything like that.
And that's like that's one thing that I saw lots of people had criticism for about the mod thing. They were like, you know, lots of people said that Bethesda was doing this because, you know, once people buy the game, they don't make any more money from that person. So they're like, this is a way for Bethesda to make more money off of individual people that have already bought the game, you know. And because like let's be honest, like, how many sales do you think Skyrim has now compared to like a year ago? I mean, it's still a lot probably, but lots of people already have it.
Compared to other games, you know, compared to like most games, I bet it's huge. But since its very first inception, I bet it's dropped tremendously.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, well,
they're like,
when did it come out? 2012?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. There's like, well, I still gotta make money off this.
Yeah, they want to make money off of
later,
it.
you know.
Yeah, they want to make money off of it, so they release or they make mods that are payable, and that's one thing that some people. I think that Bethesda is the one to blame for this.
But I can't. In my mind, my favorite games that have ever been made, ever came from Bethesda, and in my mind, they can't do anything wrong, really.
Yeah. I'm looking at an article right now, and so I'm looking at an article, and it says I'll read a little bit of it, but they this is Valve's statement. They said we thought this, being the mod thing. We thought this would result in better mods for everyone, both free and paid. We wanted more great mods becoming great products like Dota, Counter-Strike, DayZ, and Killing Floor, and we wanted that to happen organically for any mod maker who wanted to take a shot at it. And that's kind of I guess where the concept of it is. That's what they wanted to do, and I think Valve had good intentions in mind, but I don't think they did it the right way.
Well, does Counter-Strike sell mods right now?
I believe no, I don't think so. I'm not sure actually. And there's also
it wasn't Counter-Strike, it was Team Fortress 2. That was one.
Yeah.
They sell mods right now, don't they?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Oh my goodness. But
yeah,
apparently companies can make money off of making a dumb little gun for, Team Fortress 2, however they do it. I think they sell it in game or something like that, but the mod developers can actually make money like that. So they can have a real company. And what I don't want to see, I want to see individual people making mods. I don't want to see a companies.
Yeah.
A company commissioning, let's make this mod. We have to make this certain amount of money. I want to see some guy in his basement who just loves the game and just I'm going to make this and it's going to be great and people are going to enjoy it. That's not what companies do. Companies are we're going to make money. And that's all they want to do, really.
The way you said that sounded kind of creepy. I want to see him in his basement doing this. I understand. This is I think that's where the best products come from. That's how Mountain Blade was created, It was by some guy. I heard it was for a college project or something. It's just I agree.
Realize that companies wouldn't even make games if there was no profit in it. If they couldn't make money, nobody would really make games besides just regular people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not so passionate about it. They just enjoy these things. Oh, we just do it just to do it. Same thing with some YouTubers. Not all of them, obviously, but some people are just well, I'm gonna put this. It's gonna have this amount of views, so I can make this amount of money. I like YouTube. You know what I mean? Things are better whenever it comes from passion and not from monetary.
Yeah, that's how it always is. And I guess that's why, and I'm looking here, and it says Steam users have earned over $57 million from creating in-game items since the Steam Workshop launched in October 2011, and that shows that people. $57 million.
Oh, I thought you said $57. Wow.
No, but that shows that a lot of people have made money before this system was even in place. I don't know if they really needed it. For some games didn't do that, but do you think? I don't know. I mean,
how'd they make that money though?
I think it was just donations and stuff.
Some clandestine way that they made this money. Was it through donations or illegal means?
Yeah, and I guess that's where we should kind of steer this at the end. Is that that's where we're trying to steer this? That donation. I think that's the best way to get people supporting a mods.
Because people will donate.
Yeah, it's like when if you have a mod that's worth it, and then people will donate, and that's how you promote people to make good mods. Is if you have it where it's only by donation, then you're forced to make a good mod if you want to make money. Yeah, and that makes it so that people who want to make those mods to make money, probably the reason they're doing it is because of passion. Because no one's gonna put in a lot of time doing this, even if they think they can make a couple bucks, unless they really like the game and want to mod it already.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's kind of a capitalistic way of looking at it, but that's kind of how I think it is.
I mean, if you look on the Faster Than Light FTL, You probably don't know much about this, but on their forums, they have every mod that they have. They can have a little donation button or whatever, because their mods are hosted on a different site, and that site lets you donate to them or whatever. And it's a business for them. It's not really a business, more like it's just a way to make money on the side doing something you love.
Yeah,
everything should be.
It promotes people to do it for fun.
If Steam just had a big fat donation button on the bottom, you just scroll down there and you can donate to it. It takes you to PayPal or whatever. You drop them a few bucks, they're on their way. That's how Linux. A lot of I don't know if you know about Linux that much, but that's how they make their money. They make their money with donations. It's just like an operating system, but they make their money through donations.
Well, yeah, I know what it is.
Giant company through it.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really interesting. I do think that there was the good part of the concept. There was the aspect of trying to promote more mods, and then there was they did have the refund feature, which was good. That like if they didn't have that, they would have been like screwed even more. But yeah, there was the bad too.
We both think it was kind of a flop, and I feel like it deserved to flop because it's just kind of a money grab. In the end of it, they just want, we can make 75% more of our profits this way, and I don't think that's that good of a business model.
And it did flop like within a couple days. It was like a day and a half. No, a day and a half, and they took it off. It was people did not like it, and they voiced it very loudly, and that's the good thing. I guess that's what we can learn about it.
If we can learn anything from this, it's that people have a voice. They can. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but mostly people, if they band together, they can say, "We don't like this. If you do this, we aren't going to buy it," and it will work. Yeah.
And if you do that, then I guess another thing is that the company like Bethesda and other gaming companies can probably learn from this that they should listen to consumers before just popping out with this thing because because like I didn't hear about this in advance. I just saw it pop up on Steam one day. Did you?
No, I had no idea until I saw the news. It said whenever you turn on Steam or whenever you exit a game, then there's like these little next and it has like these news for stuff. That's what it was. I looked at it.
I opened up Steam one day. I logged in and bam, it was like oh, we have paid mods now, and I'm like okay, like they really didn't like put this by anyone or get any public feedback because if they had, they would have realized that this was not a good idea, or they would have done it better at least.
So if in conclusion, I'm just gonna say that I think Steam paid mods were a bad idea, and they're where they should be right now.
Yes, I agree that it was a failed idea. It was an idea that was needed to fail, and that although there were good concepts, like if they ever try to do it again, they need to do it in a better way and just put a donate button or something like that. And
they're not gonna do it that exact way, but I think they're gonna do it again.
Yeah,
but they're not going to do it exactly how they did that time because they want that money. That money's out of their heads. No, it's they're just plotting in their freaking courtroom trying to figure out how we're going to get these people to pay for mod.
Yeah, and so I guess we'll leave you guys with that. Don't buy mods unless you're sure that you can get a refund, and voice your opinion and voice your opinion on this video. By the way, if you disagree with anything we say, go ahead and leave a comment. Leave a comment if you do agree with us. It's a very controversial topic. It's a very interesting topic for gamers especially. And so I would love to see your guys' opinion because I know you guys probably all have opinions that might be similar to ours, might be different. But thank you, Pagan Gods. Thank you, Pagan, as I call you. Just thank you for coming on the show, the Poetic Rants show, because I always like having guests, and and it's fun. Guys, tune in next time for whatever else I'd think of to rant about. I'll see you guys later. Go ahead and say goodbye, Pagan.
Well, I'll see you. And remember, stay skeptical.
Yep. See you later, guys. Goodbye.